This has been one of my new favorite decks. Hey everybody, I'm back again with another deck guide. The last one did so well, so why not do another one? Today, we're going to be looking at Captain Ripley Vance. Now, before I explain what the commander does and what the deck does, I need to go over the pros and cons. Let's get into the pros. First off, this is one of the most fun decks I've ever played. You just sling spells and ping people for huge amounts of damage, and generally your whole game plan is to just shit out spells. Additionally, if you still want to win with damage, but you don't want to win with combat damage, this is the deck for you. You just hit people without even hitting them, really. Now, there are some cons. This deck is a glass cannon. If your critical pieces get removed and you don't have recursion, or you don't have a way to get it back, your game's basically over. You're done. As a result of how much of a glass cannon this deck is, you're going to have to be very careful when playing. You got to be politicking, you got to make yourself seem like you're not a threat until you get all your pieces together and you can hit them in the face for like 30. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's explain what the commander does. Captain Ripley Vance is a 3-mana 3/2 that's mono red and has the text, whenever you cast your third spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Captain Ripley Vance, then it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So what we want to do is pump up her power, cast multiple spells a turn, and then hit people in the face for big damage. In order to get this big amount of damage, we're going to have damage doublers, damage triplers, and just things that increase damage, like Torbane, Thane of Redfell, Sulfin, Mayhem, Dominus, City on Fire, and Fiery Emancipation. Additionally, because we're casting a bunch of non-creature spells and generally spell-slinging, we want things that deal damage when we do that, like Kessig Flamebreather, Firebrand Archer, Electrostatic Field, and Thermo Alchemist. Once you burn through your spells and you get into the mid-game, though, you are going to need to get those spells back. So, we have Return the Past, a 6-cost enchantment from the Doctor Who set that makes it so as long as it's your turn, each instant and sorcery in your graveyard has flashback. So you can take those spells and play them a second time. If you want to win through combat damage, though, we do have two options in the deck. We have Young Pyromancer, which gives us a token every single time we cast an instant or sorcery. And we have Electrostatic Infantry, which puts a 1/1 counter on itself every time you cast an instant or sorcery. Now, we do need to ramp in order to have the mana to cast all these spells, so we have Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and Jaya Ballard to increase our mana production per turn. And in addition, their ultimates are insane. Jaya Ballard gives us Return the Past as an emblem, and Chandra makes us deal 5 damage to any target every single time we cast a spell, which is just insane burn for the endgame. Now that you have your setup pieces, it's time to start slinging some spells. We're going to shove as many 1 and 2 cost cantrips in this deck as we can. In addition, get a shit ton of pump spells to increase the power of Captain Ripley Vance to make those big pings even bigger. Once you get those damage doublers and just damage increasers, you can ping for up to 30 to 40 damage in one turn. It is insane. And if you want even more benefit, with the other pingers we have, every single time you cast a non-creature spell, you can do up to like 10 damage to every opponent. 4 spells and you win. Additionally, one of the most powerful pieces of pump we have in the deck is Livon, Cultist of Tiamat. Whenever we cast a non-creature spell with this on the field, a target creature gets +X+0 until end of turn, where X is that spell's mana value. If you cast one of our big enchantments or something like Invoke Calamity, that's +5/+0 until end of turn. And there's power doublers. All in all, this deck basically embodies mono red. You burn fast, you burn bright, and if you burn hot enough, you'll burn everyone else. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of my second deck guide. If you liked the video, hey, like it. If you want to see more, hey, subscribe. If you want to talk about any other commanders I should make deck guides for, leave a comment. Hell, I'd love to hear from you guys. If you played this deck, be sure to tell me about it. Put a comment. Tell me how you did. If you win, I am so happy for you. That is all, guys. I'm going to see you in the next video. You have a great day, night, whatever time you're watching this.